Good morning, America. This is Scott in the Shot, Scott the Great. This edition of Scott in the Shot is going to be about Ukraine, about the Ukraine conflict. What do you people really think about that conflict? You know why I think it's crazy? I think it's personally crazy because we just walked out of Afghanistan. They want to give them all this money. They want to give Ukraine all this money. We've been giving them all this money, and everybody's everybody saw this coming even before the Afghanistan debacle when we left there, at a moment's notice and just gave up. You know, why did we leave all that equipment there when we could have just transferred it right over to fucking Ukraine? Think about that. We left Afghanistan, left billions and billions of dollars. I mean, almost $1 trillion worth of equipment there, and his hat. Here we go. Left all this equipment there, and then when we could have just taken it over to Afghanistan. Now they want, they're trying to send a bunch of money over there real fast before Donald Trump gets in office. Send him another $9 billion. I'm hearing. See, that's the problem I have with these wars, people. They're being played. It's like a game to our government. It's a game. We're not going to these battles or these wars to win. We're there to play chess. Like a friendly game of chess. It's not like a real war. Let's. It's a tit for tat type thing. But when we leave almost half a billion, $500 billion of equipment over there, over in Afghanistan, we abandoned the Air Force base there, the base that we had there, the big, huge, the base we had there that cost billions of dollars to build. What is wrong with that picture? Does that sound like we want anybody to win any wars when we're leaving equipment there for our enemies to pick up and use? Now the Afghanistan army has all kinds of military, American-grade equipment to use. Isn't that crazy? So when they talk about Russian aggression, if you go to Russia, they say the same thing about us. It's American aggression. So there's two sides to every story. But my point is, why are we doing that kind of crazy stuff? We left Afghanistan, let the Taliban retake over the country, gave them a military base, gave them all that equipment, and now we're right back over in Ukraine, playing these little tit for tat games with them. I know Russia is a nuclear country, and that scares a lot of people. Does it scare me? A little. I'm going to tell you why. I don't really think Russia would never use a nuclear weapon. Not in the scenario of just trying to take over a little bit of Ukrainian territory. That's a weapon that somebody may use down the road if they think their whole country's going to take a shit. But I don't think so. If Russia tried to use a nuclear weapon right now, the whole world would be on them. I think even China, because China's just now they're just coming up. They don't want the whole world to fall apart yet, or they would have already tried to take over Taiwan, which they're probably going to do here soon. But all I know is we're not going to get nowhere with these other big bad boys on the block if we keep playing the same checkers that we're playing or the same chess game that we're playing right now. We need to make a stance. We need to put something. We need to do something that says America's not fucking around no more. This chess match we got going on here, it's not going to play like that no more. That's why we can't allow Iran to get a nuclear weapon, because that's just one more bad country we have to sit there and play nice with, because we get worried about the nuclear weapon that they have. It's really weird coming on here and talking about nuclear weapons when the only country that's ever used a nuclear weapon twice is the United States. You know what I'm saying? But that was a world war. That's why we don't want world war right now. That's why you have to have peace through strength. You cannot be weak. I believe in democracy, but there are other forms of government out in the world. And if we're so hype on a free society, then we have to let these people have their free societies. If they don't like the government that's in place, then it's up to those people, those countries, to have a revolution or whatever and oust them. It's not really our job to go in there and do that, is it? But if it is, then we need to go in there and handle it really quick and get out. America's pretty high tech anymore, people. I think we can do this without hardly any boots on the ground anymore ever. I mean, we are the commanding, we are the commanders of the sky. We have been. I don't know about now with China. I mean, but they're pumping out those ships over in China faster than we're real fast, people. We're not doing nothing about it. We're not. Well, that's their own country. They can build more ships if they want, I guess. But I mean, but the bottom line is we need to build ours too. It's all about beefing up our own country, people. Beefing up the United States of America. But if we're going to act as the police officers of the world, then we need to act accordingly. We need to respond quickly, decisively, and show that the police don't play. America does not play when it comes to all this kind of stuff that's going on. I mean, but when it comes to Ukraine, though, I don't know. That's why I'm so against Ukraine. Ukraine. I mean, we just walked out of Afghanistan with our tail between our legs. I mean, it was unnecessary. We could have won that war easily if we would just do what needed to be done. See, that's the problem. We're going into all these battles and we lose American lives. We spend trillions and trillions of dollars of American money. We rebuild these cities, and it ends up being a stalemate. That's to me, that's just what's really going on. You know what I mean? What's really going on? I mean, it seems like America is the only one playing these games. These other countries are not playing fucking games. I mean, when they do strike us, they're going to strike us hard, and they're going to strike us to win. I mean, they're not going to be playing these little American games like we're playing. Throw a little bit of money over here. Not when it comes to China and that. I mean, Russia's a weak country. They can't even beat themselves. I mean, Ukraine used to be Russian. I mean, they can't even beat themselves. I mean, I don't think they're going to start lobbing nuclear bombs. I mean, right on their border. So we just need to give Ukraine what they need if we're going to be over there doing what we're doing, and let's get it done. Let's just get it over with. Give them what they need, and watch Putin go cower into a hole, and he'll finally be out of office when all this happens. But I don't think Putin has family too. He's not going to sit there and lob a bunch of nuclear weapons over into Ukraine. It's right on his border, man. The nuclear fallout will come. I mean, he ain't going to do that. Plus, we'd be nailing him. If we did that, then Russia would be off the map. And China would just sit there and watch it because they don't want to be. If they really want to be involved in that Russia-Ukraine thing, they'd be over there in force. So they're playing a little chess right there themselves, I guess. So I mean, but this Ukraine thing is a. I'm getting tired of hearing about it, honestly. Let's let them do their job. Let's give them what they need to go there and really get it done, and let's just move on. Let's let Israel do what they're going to do, and then let's move on. Let's get past this. Let's not stretch it out for 20 fucking years. You know what I'm saying? I mean, when I die, we're going to still be talking about Ukraine. It's like, really? I mean, makes you realize how short life is. You know what I'm saying? So this Ukraine thing, this is Israeli-Iran thing. I mean, I think these countries are weak, man. I don't know why we're playing games with them. We're playing like we're out on the playground. They are weak countries. We walked into, after we got our military over there in Iraq, we walked into that country in a month. And at that time, they had the third largest land army on the planet. And they came running out of their holes, man. I give up, man. Of course you do. That's called shock and awe, baby. Shock and awe. The shock and awe tour. You guys got punked. That's what we need to start doing, people. Let's if we're going to be the police force of the world, let's get in and get it done. And then all this stuff would stop happening when people realize, other countries realize, America's not playing no more. They are not playing. They're not playing games no more. They just put the checker set up and the chess game up, and we're not playing no more. You either act accordingly on the world scene or get dealt with. Harshly, quickly, decisively, immediately. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what's so hard for that. What's so hard for people to understand that? Somebody explain that to me like I'm a 2-year-old. Stop it. I mean, what's really going on? It's called strength, peace through strength. You're never going to get peace through weakness. Other men and other countries, they're predators, man. I am a man. And I got my whole life, I've been going through life cruising through a bunch of predators, man, because men are all predators. I mean, that's reality. You know, that guy's a killer. He's a I mean, everybody's a crazy motherfucker. I mean, so when it comes to the world scene, we need to be strong. We need to be decisive right off the bat, and then things might start toning down for a long period of time, like it did after Reagan got in office. I mean, Reagan didn't play around. I mean, and they figured that out right off the bat. It caused, I mean, the end of the Cold War, the end of Russia, as they once knew it. I mean, because Reagan wasn't playing around. They knew he wasn't playing around. That's why the Cold War was over. It was over. It's just all a bunch of talk from the Russians because they're a weak country. They are. They don't have near the population we have. They don't have near the money. They're nothing. So let's let Ukraine take them out. I mean, they're not going to pull no nuclear weapons. I mean, if it did, it'd be over there, and then we just take them out for good. I mean, there's nuclear weapons all over the world, people. Someday somebody's going to use one. I mean, but the only thing is, the difference is what are we going to do? What are we going to do about it? So but we can't sit there and just let these countries keep doing what they're doing year after year, decade after decade. I mean, seriously? How are we ever supposed to advance as a species? I mean, if that's, as a race of humans, if that's the kind of tyranny that people want to live in long term. It's called long-term tyranny, under the thumb. But that's what they want, I think. That's what all these governments want. It's all makes me wonder if they all meet somewhere once a year and they plot out all the things that are going to happen in the world and make it look like we're all, but to make all this shit that's happening look like it's real and and we're all really against each other. It makes me wonder that sometimes. Maybe there is a panel of people that run the world and this is all just for show. I don't know. I know that we're not taking care of business half the time, though. I mean, what is the military for if you're not going to press your values on other people, especially when they're trying to push theirs on us? So I love culture, man. The cool thing about traveling and all that is people have different foods, different ways of life. And that's the problem I have with this everybody loving everybody. Everybody should. But it's like they're trying to take the identity of every nation away from them. It's like everybody wants everybody's identity to be the same anymore. I mean, cultures are cool. Different races of people are cool. But everything has to be reciprocal and everybody has to behave. You know what I'm saying? And America shouldn't be pushing its values on people unless they come and ask for those values. I mean, I don't know if those people in the Middle East that live over there that are just regular people are unhappy. They stay there. So it seems like the ones that are unhappy end up coming over here or moving somewhere else. So it makes you wonder if they're truly unhappy or not. And that being said, I think we ought to just let cultures be cultures. Let's have our borders and people can travel and go to these different places and enjoy themselves, enjoy the cuisine, enjoy the landscape and have fun. But other than that, we need to stop pushing our values on people. People need to stop pushing theirs on us. I mean, but when they do, we need to react immediately, decisively. I mean, indiscriminately. Just get it done. Get it done, and hopefully someday all this crazy division in the world will be over with. I mean, people can realize that they have to deal with what they have, with the land they already have, and just move on. I mean, but all right, guys, this is Scott in the Shot. This is a quick little short one in the morning. I'm outie. Have a